Ron Atchison for AutoForge.net, and in this video we're going to be doing an unboxing and assembly of a DIC-20. You may be asking yourself, what's a DIC-20? Well, a DIC-20 is a CR Spotless water filtration system. It's the largest filtration system that CR Spotless makes. It'll treat up to 300 gallons of water to mineral-free de-ionized water. So what that means to you is you can wash your car and rinse it with the DI system and it will dry spot-free. You don't have to dry the car. Or if you choose to dry the car, you can go ahead and dry it, and if you have any kind of water that drips out of a mirror or anything like that, it's not going to leave any water spots on your car. It comes with two 20-inch cartridges that are filled with resin. You can buy replacement cartridges, or you can refill the cartridges that are in there with resin from buying it in bulk. This particular model comes with a two-wheel cart, so it's mobile. I can move it around. It also has a TDS meter on it, which is total dissolved solids, so it'll tell you the quality of the water that's coming out. It lets you know when it's time to replace the resin. The frame on the cart is powder coated, so it will not rust. So let's go ahead and see what all is inside the box. You're getting a smaller box that has all the parts to assemble it. The system is actually pretty heavy, so I'll lay it down here so I can get it out of the box. Okay, as you can see, the cart is fully assembled. These two boxes contain the housings and the resin cartridges themselves. So let me change the angle on the camera here and I'll bring you in and show you exactly how it all goes together. Okay, so inside the box, this one here contains all the parts to put it together. Get a wrench to screw on the housing covers. You also get a braidless stainless steel hose to connect it to your water supply. Comes with a nice little garden sprayer. And then you have your PVC connectors along with your Teflon tape. And these white rings are centering rings for the cartridges themselves. I'll show you how that goes together. So take all these out. You also get a card from CR Spotless, which is a $25 discount card. The instructions for assembly, how to use the system, what all the different parts and pieces are. So we'll put all of this here. As you can see, I got my AutoForge knee and back saver mat I can kneel down on to put this all together. You'll notice on the fittings there's a coarse thread and a fine thread for screwing those into the housing itself. Oh, there it is. I was wondering where that rolled off to. So simply take your Teflon tape, and when you screw Teflon tape onto a fitting, you always wrap it clockwise. That way it prevents the Teflon tape from unraveling when you go to screw it into the fitting. So put about 2 wraps of tape onto the fine thread. So that's all there is to that. Going to need a crescent wrench to screw it together. And this one's not big enough, so I need a bigger crescent wrench. Or you can also use channel locks. So take your PVC adapter, screw it in, get it hand tight. That way you're sure that nothing is cross-threaded. Then you want to simply just snug it up. Make sure that you don't over-tighten it, because everything is plastic. You don't want to crack anything. So that's all there is to that. On the top of the unit itself, it has an in and an out, so that you know exactly which side to connect your hoses to. Obviously, the inside will be coming from your water supply. Inside the box is the resin cartridges. All right, so on the cartridges themselves and the housing, it doesn't matter which side goes on which side. I'll pull out one of the resin cartridges so you can see what that looks like. It's actually quite heavy. It probably weighs a good 10-12 pounds. And obviously it goes into the housing. With the gasket side up, just like it already comes from the factory. So the next step to the assembly is inserting the centering rings. What these do is they keep the cartridge centered in the housing so that it matches up with the ports inside the unit itself. Simply put those down and they snap around the outside of the cartridge like that. So put both of those on. There's a little groove in the top of the cartridge that they snap into and hold them in place. So next thing you do is you simply screw the cartridge into the unit itself. So once you get it started, spin it on. The first one is the hardest one because the cart's wanting to move around and chase around, and you're trying to hold the cart and hold the cartridge at the same time. But once you've got the first one on and there's a little weight on the cart, the second one's a little bit easier to get on. be a little bit of a challenge getting it lined up, getting the threads started, but once you do, that's all there is to it. Then you take the wrench, simply slide it over the cartridge, snug it up. And that's all there is to the assembly. Then you take your water supply hose that's provided and go ahead and attach that to the inside of the water system. Now you can, which is what I'm going to do, is you can put quick connects on here so it's easy to connect it and disconnect it if you want to move it around. But from the factory, that's how it's set up to be put together. On the top of the cart is the TDS monitor. What that does is let you know the life of your resin. CR Spotless recommends anytime that you get over 20 on the reading, that means it's time to change the resin. But 20 and below, you're good to go. And as I said earlier, this unit, if you have decent water coming in, you should expect to get about 300 gallons of mineral-free DI water. So that's all there is to the assembly of the DIC-20 CR Spotless water filtration system. Pretty easy and straightforward. Don't limit yourself to thinking that the CR Spotless filtration system is only for washing cars. There's a lot of uses around the house for it. Like if you're washing exterior windows on your house, you can scrub them with soap and water, rinse them with the DI system. They'll dry spot free, save you a lot of time and trouble, because nobody likes washing windows on their house. Or like I said earlier, if you're mixing up your chemicals, especially if you're mixing glass cleaner from concentrate, if you have a DI water system, you can use DI water. It works great for window cleaners. Another thing that you can do with it, say you've got glass shower doors. When you get done taking a shower, mist the shower doors down with some DI water. They'll dry spot free, save you a lot of time and hassle, because nobody likes cleaning shower doors either. So I hope you found the video informative. If you did, please like and subscribe. This is Ron Atchison for AutoForge.net. Thanks for watching.